Hello everyone, and welcome to another Arknights video. Today's video is going to be the start of doing the event stages for the Sibling Altars Retracing Our Steps event. Honestly, not certain what to expect because I've been completely blind with what the event stages are, so I really do not know what to expect for the event mechanics going to be. Easy, hard, all over the place. I'll skip this because I've reacted to it before. Okay. And who are the Cardigan and my brain's being stupid with the name right now. Okay. Doesn't match the stories. Snowy Fuel System? Yeah, there's gonna be a lot to the mechanics, it seems like. I'm gonna be skipping the story as always. Training. Nobody could have predicted what would happen when the first snow fell. Okay. Oh, so any new enemy that gets into the place. Okay, so even with them re-entering does more. Okay. Huh? What happened? There's a place in Yarangender prohibits anyone from setting foot. She won't let anyone through. Look, it's the Satan's statue. She uses it as a medium to repel intruders with avalanches. Just like earlier, avalanches will occur in the direction the Satan's statue is pointing towards, pushing enemies with great force and dealing true damage. All that just drives some intruders away. Does it damage your operators? So it's like hits both you and the enemy. Enemies may only step into the avalanche area to raise the avalanche warning index, and the Satan's statue SP increases too. Once the warning index reaches a specific threshold, an avalanche will occur. There's a big guy over there headed our way. Watch, the warning index increases based on the included enemy's weight. The heavier an enemy when they step into the avalanche area, the stronger your grinder feels their intrusion, and the higher the avalanche warning index will climb. All enemies, it's all units, allied units, and avalanche pushes them on one tile. Skelly push deals more shooting damage than the push stone. Oh, so he do hits playable characters, but they move on. Okay. I'll back you up.
Don't even think of coming through.
The avalanche flash and the avalanche is about to strike. Oh, so our block count is... Oh. So block count is also considered. Okay. What happened? Operators in the avalanche area will also increase the warning index and trigger avalanches. Triggering the avalanche will also push operators inside the area in the Satan's statue pointing in direction by one tile. They also take true damage. There's a deployable top behind me. If not for the case, I think it'd be taking even more damage. You want to fall back, mind your surroundings, and try your best to not trigger any more avalanches. Honestly, you would just for the damage output. And to try to block enemies outside the avalanche area to keep auras safe. I was hoping Yarander could help us drive away our enemies. From this position, cutting our foes in the avalanche area could prove advantageous, don't you think? Let's leave it to the to decide whether to keep the avalanches coming or not. It comes down to how many avalanches we're talking about here. This guy comes through, these guys will take damage. Oh, never mind. One more. Oh! Straight up Oko.
I won't sleep on the job. There you are.
Okay, makes sense. I wonder how much damage it is when they can't be pushed, because she got instant code. So at least it's 3000 HP, probably, or above.
Mission accomplished.
Okay. At least bare minimum
for just a
3000 HP.
I'm too icy now. Let me just rub a bit to warm up. Good. That's better. Alright, now it's safe to high-five.
The rarely power beast continues to sucker above us now. Heralding news of death. More misfortune is still on its way. Okay. Yeah, we'll just go with this team and we'll change accordingly.
This will be a path.
That is a big ass area. Takes extra damage on colliding with high ground. Okay.
Let's begin. Awaiting order. Shut up.
Beginning collection of battlefield information.
He's 0, so would it be? It would still be. Oh! Oh. Okay, that's interesting. Lovely Snowball becomes heavier and stronger as it absorbs snow children. Returns to initial form of colliding with high ground. So he got instantly KO'd. How much HP? I need to look at what his HP was.
Slice them up like a millefeuille. How do you like it?
At least for the first week here, it's gonna probably be a multi-day recording session. The visitor knocks on the door, bringing the find food, and Ryan put on a show of friendship, waiting for a sign of weakness he can exploit. $4,000. At least over 4,000 damage. I feel like it just Okos.
Shouldn't we consider marching routes other than on the ground?
Gains increased movement speed and becomes a blockable after being shifted. Oh.
Draw swords.
Okay.
Awaiting order.
It doesn't really say where it pushes. I'm assuming it's depending upon the stage. Which means high ground tile operators could be on the ground, or ground operators could be on high tiles. Which I think is really interesting that can happen in this event. Okay, so it goes down. Alright.
I will stand guard
I
here.
am curious to see how much you can tank. You are 2,000, 3,000, 3,200. He's 4,000. So we're gonna do him and see how much I can
You
tank.
can't stop me.
If I can actually tank.
If you're still hesitating, the wind blows through.
Would
The
damage
leaves tell
reduction with
stories of those who
Kyrkis
sleep.
and 4,000 HP be enough? Assuming it can happen multiple times. Also, I can actually force it to happen.
I will stand guard here. Will the land
Oh, that
shake with
is
fury or display her mercy?
interesting. So Kyrkis gets
If you're still
force out of her
hesitating, I
skill,
can give some advice.
but not Tequila? Why?
アーツユニットチャージ中我が三つ雪が汝に死をもたらさん
Got it. Cut them to pieces.
この毒はゆっくりとあなた方の命を無視
I remember your face as well now.
Позвольте мне!
I shall cover you. I shall give my all to you.
Взбодритесь, народ!
I come from the
Oh.
depths of the ocean.
Tequila, okay, so it's, I think, just an instant KO. Okay. I don't think there's any
Please
way
guide these lost souls to
he can
peaceful
live.
enlightenment.
I don't know if there's any way I could have him live. For a short time after deployment, it greatly increases the Avalanche warning index of its Avalanche area. Okay. Let's continue on. New friends and opportunities if you seize the day.
あらあら、そんなに私を避けなくても大丈夫ですのよ。
This is all defense and ransom because unable to move for some time on colliding with Tiger.
Solid positioning.
I would say so far a bit of interesting mechanics in play here. Okay. I thought it was like a continuous thing, only for some amount of time.
Draw swords.
Cool. Now I know. Oh, okay. There's a lot of things I actually kind of want to test now.
Awaiting orders. Shut up.
Okay.
Hark! The thunder rumbles!
There's a lot of things I want to test, like what does summons do? What does like Mitim and your
They
saves
come from the
summons
depths of the ocean.
do? What about shit, I didn't even think about
In place,
this.
essence of Leifa. Is my will becoming one with this great land?
I didn't even think about bird brain. Okay. Oh, okay, they are super. Okay. Okay. Not too bad of a stage, kind of getting used to the mechanics with the enemies.
Mission accomplished.
Okay. I was just testing out. I think there could be some interesting use cases for certain things. I actually want to bring out Mitim, see how his summon does against it. Does that move as well? So does that mean that can get outside of his range? It can kind of already do that a little bit with like not being able to hit, but having the summon all the way at the far end of his range normally. Leave on our side our differences and conflicts of the past walk hand in hand towards the same future. So I am going to bring him out. I am going to actually take out Myrtle. We're going to try to use Mitim here. And I am gonna be curious to see
No.
how
My
his summon
sweet
works.
vacation.
Just because it's like a
But
guarantee
seriously,
of
though,
it,
I
where you
got
place it is always going to be there. So I'm expecting it not to move.
Let's go.
All these lost souls on the battlefield. I offer them to you.
Oh. It's saying to put it there.
Ooh,
Well, this would be a
is
good
tricky.
test for
Gonna
the
cost you more.
robot.
How about double the pay?
Let's begin.
Is it just down here? I don't think that's on the left, so.
Got it.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Now you want to surrender?
You are the one who woke me.
Okay, so it does not move, and it gets instantly destroyed, but it can't really get destroyed, so... Okay, so it kind of works, it stays there, and it can come back. Now I'm interested to see how doll keepers are.
Tell me, what's your plan?
Awaiting orders.
Okay. And we can put down the fender here, and then another one.
I shall cover you.
Mission accomplished.
There we go. Okay.
Let us go forth, and there will be one day.
Interesting mechanics so far. Skip. This will probably be the last stage, at least for this video session. When deployed to prevent avalanches in the avalanche area, they retreats from the field after a period of time. Oh. Okay. You're one of those who can be trusted. I've separated. She sets on a journey with her brave heart as a companion. Okay. It might be useful in some scenario. But for me, right now, I probably won't worry about it.
You people.
Looks like we'll have to deploy
I think
operators
people
in the
even remember your
Avalanche
faces
area.
after this one.
What?
Anyway.
Don't worry, Doctor. All we need to do
let's
is
just
defend
get
the Avalanche
started.
area and prevent enemies from entering.
The more defined a battle's goal is,
Well, why?
the clearer tactics become.
Well... Okay.
Solid positioning.
Can land on deployable high ground where its attacks becomes range. Face up again after some time. Oh. Nothing to that.
sorts. Come on, scegli quasi tesoro.
Because then these could consider to be blocks, blocking on enemies, so that they will give SP to Avalanche. I gotta remember that these guys exist, which completely destroy any need to not worry about avalanches. Because if you have them be shifted, then you just get screwed over hard.
You'll have to try harder than that.
我が蜜液が汝に死をもたらさん。
And I'm assuming you can shift them to move them down with the avalanche as well when they land. Which could have some interesting use case for that as well. And of course, Spectre, when you use her skill, wouldn't really die because she's immortal. Well, she is immortal. She's gonna be stunned anyway, so it's gonna be back and forth. Like, is that really something to worry about? I know certain scenarios we need it. We'll just have to see. Interesting event mechanics regardless. So a lot to keep track of, because it's like the cool thing is that they are adding enemies that are like, well, you have this event mechanic that is to an extent helpful to you, but there are enemies that get a boost from it if you allow them to get hit from it. Not just from hit from it, but like other operators as well, because shift, you know, hookmasters and the push. Can't think of the class what it's called. Will essentially make those birds actually affect the deal with. It also sounds like a squeaky toy. I think they probably just use a squeaky toy to make the sound effects for them attacking.
Just try me. Cut them to pieces.
Mission accomplished.
Okay. Skip the story.
予測通りの戦いでした。完璧です。